Daniel Marins, am I being unreasonable here?
No, David, you're actually not at all. And you know, it's funny. I spoke with you last night about this, or I guess it was a couple days ago, and you told me that you wouldn't use a prop like that on television. And you know, look, at the end of the day, when you do something like this, it helps not to throw it back in people's faces. It helps to it. The small things matter. The way in which you deal with it, the way in which you react, whether you cover it up or not, it really does matter. And the idea that they asked for permission and didn't receive it and then went ahead and did it anyway and now have said nothing to the effect of an apology is a little bit is troubling. I think that, look, either they should have gotten plausible denial and pled ignorance and not asked the DC police, or they didn't need to really bring it on. I mean, just like you said, you wouldn't need that in a broadcast, to me personally, when we spoke about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, there are some people out there, friend David Zurowick, who's a media critic for the Baltimore Sun-Times, who's pointing out that, he argues that David Gregory has been suffering in the ratings and that this was some sort of gimmick, and that when broadcasters resort to gimmicks, they tend to have problems, and that David Gregory could have made the exact same point by showing a picture, or simply just or a graphic or whatnot, but to actually hold this device and hold it in front of Wayne LaPierre, or somehow might intimidate LaPierre or make it more sort of personal, you get yourself in trouble. And again, the problem that NBC has is that this should not be a story about David Gregory. It shouldn't. This should be a story about gun control and what we can all be doing about it. And the fact that we're having this sort of silly conversation, and that so much of this has been in every newspaper, every news service in the country has covered this. This is not good for David Gregory's reputation. It doesn't help meet the press. I mean, can you imagine, say, a Bob Schieffer or a Tim Russert, the sort of, Tim Russert may rest in peace, having this sort of mess on their hands? I got to believe that, Tim Russert or Bob Schieffer, the moment they realize they've made a mistake, they come out and apologize. Say, look, we made a mistake. That's it. I cannot understand why NBC is staying quiet on this. Maybe they're on holiday, maybe people are on vacation, but I guarantee David Gregory, lawyers for the network, the head of NBC News, they're all available, they're all reachable. And the other thing about it is, if a journalist detected that President Obama was, say, blaming somebody at the State Department for Benghazi, that journalist would be all over the president. In fact, David Gregory pointed out that the buck stops with President Obama. The buck stops with the Obama administration regarding Benghazi. He said that back in October, and he was right. Likewise, this isn't an opportunity for NBC to try to figure out which lower-level producer they may blame for this. No, it's David Gregory's show. It's his name on it. The courageous, the credible, the thing with integrity that he should be doing, he should say, it's my show, it's my staff, I take responsibility. The buck stops with me. We made a mistake. I apologize. He would win all kinds of new fans by doing that. It's the right thing to do. And each day that he doesn't do this is, to me, it makes journalism, it makes NBC News look bad. It makes the Metropolitan Police Department look bad, because it's another day they have to spend investigating this because they've gotten no concession from David Gregory. It doesn't help anybody. It does not. So I'm just saying, NBC News, I think there are people over there who know what the right thing is to do. At least I hope so. And for the sake of, look, even if you've got a lot of pride over there, and even if, some lower-level producer messed up, so what? It happens. It happens. There are miscommunications all the time. But show some respect for the citizens of the District of Columbia who want their laws to be applied equally, who want the Metropolitan Police Department to be holding everybody accountable, and they don't want the Metropolitan Police Department to be wasting their time on issues like this. Help them move on. Just apologize. We'll talk with Cliff Schefter on the other side of this break. You're listening and watching to Take Action News. Thanks to everybody who's watching us on our YouTube channel, Take Action News TV. We appreciate everybody who's clicking on subscribe and getting these videos delivered right to your inbox for free.